Buenas tardes y bienvenidos a todos. Good afternoon and welcome everyone. Welcome to a community dedicated to providing spiritual tools for living a happy and full life. My name is Karina Shearer, and I am the Spiritual Director and Founding Minister here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta. If you'd like to join us with the live Zoom meeting, please contact me for the link and the password. Today is Sunday, August 7th, 2022, and we are continuing with our annual theme, which is Living Everyday Wonder. The topic for this month of August is nature, and the topic for this week is Earth Force Report for Duty. Some suggested books for reading this month are Ordinary Wonder by Charlotte Joko Beck and The Secret Wisdom of Nature, Trees, Animals, and the Extraordinary Balance of All Living Things by Peter Wollenben. We open each week with a spiritual practice called affirmative prayer. This is also known as spiritual mind treatment. This is a powerful tool and a practical tool that helps shift our consciousness so that we are open and available to accept the good that is already present in our life. It aligns our thoughts with all good. So let's move into today's service with intention, as we do each week, with a reading from the Creative Thought magazine. Today, I'll be reading from August 9th, 2014. Spiritual mind treatment is always done in the first person. So I invite you to close your eyes and take these words as your own, if you so choose. There is one power and one presence. From this one comes everything in the space-time continuum. Any idea in infinite intelligence must manifest perfectly, and I am an idea in the mind of the infinite. I am form and substance, but I am also mind and spirit. I am a microcosm of the way the macrocosm works. I create in my world the exact same way the one power creates. What I accept as true is acted upon by a universal law that corresponds with my belief. I commit to practicing the presence of the one all the time. As a result, I see the divine in every situation, every circumstance, and every face. I expect life to support me in every way. I am grateful that as I become aware of my role in the creative process, I step up and do my part. I consciously choose what I desire to experience and joyfully release the how to the law that knows the most perfect way to bring it about. It is done as I believe, and so it is. And that was originally submitted by licensed practitioner Nancy Fisher from Eugene, Oregon. And as we do each week as well, let's review together our purpose, vision, and mission statements. We have a grand purpose here each week. And that is to awaken and celebrate diversity, and to love and serve our community. This is supported by our vision, which is creating the life you desire, and further supported by our mission, which is to provide spiritual tools for personal growth and transformation. Here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta, we teach the philosophy, the science of mind. And it is a philosophy that honors all faiths, all traditions, all paths. Please know that each and every one of you is welcome here and valued. As I mentioned, we teach a philosophy called the science of mind, and that's a teaching based on new thought and ancient wisdom. And we offer spiritual tools and principles to promote personal growth, such as our opening spiritual mind treatment. And we honor diversity in all aspects so that we can see and appreciate the great oneness that already exists everywhere and within everyone. When Dr. Ernest Holmes was asked to provide a concise definition of the science of mind teaching, he replied that it is a correlation of laws of science, opinions of philosophy, and revelations of religion applied to human needs and aspirations. So we live on Earth, but are we living as one, in harmony with the planet, nature, and all living things, including ourselves? If we truly believe that God is all there is, then let us live in a way that reflects this truth. Let us move from just saying words to understanding how this truth shows up in our lives, and to finally making it a daily, sustainable practice. This month, the invitation is to explore and deepen our connection with God as everything and everyone on this amazing living planet. This month, as we explore the wonder of nature, let us look first at our home, planet Earth. It is so large and such a part of our day-to-day lives that we can easily take it for granted. Perhaps we don't even realize the gifts we are constantly receiving from it. Are we truly aware of how dependent we are on a healthy, vibrant planet for our own survival? What would we do without breathable air or drinkable water? The outer reflects the inner, and the inner reflects the outer, including our bodies and this planet. In the Science of Mind textbook, Dr. Ernest Holmes wrote, "The ultimate cause back of all things must be one, since life cannot be divided against itself. The infinite must be one, for there could not be two infinite beings. Whatever change takes place must take place within this one, but this one must be changeless, for being one and only, it could not change into anything but itself." Life cannot be divided against itself, and we are a part of life. The cells in our bodies cannot be divided against the body, or there would be no life. The same is true for our planet. Life is a symbiotic, organic, living harmony of all its parts: rocks, water, air, plants, and animals. In our ignorance, we humans have lost this knowledge and our deep connection to the planet and its inhabitants. We need not look further than how we treat ourselves, our human fellow beings, and our planet to see that we are out of balance. Only we can heal the division that we ourselves and our forefathers created. So let us remember and reclaim our oneness and know there is only one life. The Ministry for the Future by Kim Stanley Robinson, in his latest science fiction novel about a coming climate catastrophe where millions of people die and millions more become climate refugees. By the end of the book, there's hope that humanity will actually be able to keep things from spinning out of control. Robinson believes that we could either crash the biosphere and thus civilization, or we could actually create a really high functioning and prosperous permaculture, a sustainable and just civilization on the planet in the biosphere. He says, both the utter disaster and the quiet, great, semi-utopian historical moment are available to us. We have all seen movies about climate disasters that often lead to dire consequences for human and the planet. Sometimes the story ends with a few survivors limping along, and other times the threat seems to be abated and life returns to normal. The reality is that we are moving in that direction every day. and global climate change is the new norm. We really see the change in the weather patterns with more severe and damaging storms, hotter, drier deserts, and wetter waterlands. The reality is that the end is not decided. We have the capacity to change the story and change how our children and grandchildren will experience life on Earth. One thing is clear, it will involve more than reducing greenhouse gases or just turning off our lights. We need to work together as one family for the welfare of all beings and the planet. Can we envision a world that works for all, not just humanity, but all life? Can we envision a planet where the air is pure and breathable, the waters are clean and drinkable, animal welfare is embraced and upheld, and all people are treated equitably and recognized as equals? This can be our reality. Dream it, think it, believe it, and see it. Thomas Troward said this: "It is therefore a mathematical necessity that, because the originating life principle is infinite, it is a single unit, and consequently, wherever it is at all, the whole of it must be present." So life is always in balance and in alignment with itself. The first principle of life is that it is always in harmony and balance. Life cannot be against itself, or it would destroy itself and die. Look at the various forms of life on planet Earth and how interdependent they are. There are small organisms in water and air and bacteria in our bodies that we are dependent upon. Plants and trees provide oxygen and food. Animals and humans then use the oxygen and food to survive, while creating carbon dioxide and waste products that fertilize and feed other life forms. Water, air, and earth are a vital part of this equation. The harmony and combination of these vital elements is unique and necessary for the survival and health of all. Life on planet Earth is precious. We don't know if ours is the only planet in the universe where life exists, as we know it today, and we don't have any alternative for our home should we destroy this one. Ernest Holmes said this: "I am guided by the same intelligence and inspired by the same imagination, which scatters the moonbeams across the waves and holds the forces of nature in its grasp." So you don't have to wait for Earth Day next April to do something beneficial for the planet. Get started today by picking up and properly disposing of trash around you. Consider inviting a member of your family, your group, or your center to organize a trash walk at the beach, along roadsides, or in a park. If each one of us would take the responsibility for the litter that we see and dispose of trash properly, the planet would be cleaner and healthier in a matter of weeks. In the Science Mind textbook, this is written: "Life must enter living, and God must flow through man. If there is to be a real representation of the divine through the human." So life is always expanding, growing, and evolving. The concept of evolution is not just applicable to humans, but to all life. The theory of evolution is based on the idea that all species are related and gradually change over time. Evolution relies on there being genetic variation in a population, which affects the physical characteristics of an organism. Some of these characteristics may give the individual an advantage over other individuals, which they can then pass on to their offspring. Life everywhere is constantly reacting to this changing environment. Is there too much or too little rain? Too much or too little sun? Or is there sufficient food available? Plants can't move. Therefore, they are completely subject to their environment. Some plants can withstand reduced rainfall, while others dry out and die. Most animals and humans can physically move to more favorable environments, but might choose to stay and try to adapt to their familiar surroundings. The ability to react and respond to these changes is a form of evolution. The progress of the human race is a result of that process whereby intelligence passes by suggestive degrees of incarnation through evolution into the human mind. And that is a direct quote from the Science of Mind textbook. Here's another quote from Gahil Gebrand. Forget not that the earth delights to feel your bare feet and the winds long to play with your hair. So nice to know that nature wants to play with us just as much as we want to play with it. So what is your definition of life? If your first thought was of mankind, that's a start. But life is much more. What about the animals, plants, insects, and the microorganisms everywhere? Did you think of lakes, rivers, and oceans? How about the earth and the air? Yes, all of these are part of life. The earth body philosophy is based on ancient Greek principles of macrocosm, microcosm. The schema recognizes the repetition of patterns in the cosmos from the largest to the most minute. Man is seen as the sentient medium between these two worlds, the macrocosm and the microcosm, or the universal level and the subatomic level. Humans are thus macrocosm and microcosm. We are a cell of Earth's body and an earth unto ourselves. We are a planet within a galaxy and a universe containing many earths within. The human body can be seen as a reflection of the earth body. Every person is a miniature planet Earth. Every person, therefore, embodies all aspects of our living earth. Every continent, country, ocean, river, sea, cell, bird, animal, tree, mineral, temple, chakra, atmosphere, and all other aspects of this magnificent creation. What we do to the earth, we do to ourselves. In the same sense, man is a microcosm of universe. Therefore, what man is a clue to the universe. And that's a quote from quantum physicist David Bohm. And Henry David Thoreau wrote this: heaven is under our feet as well as over our heads. So why do so many of us feel separated from nature? What can we do to cultivate and nourish this relationship? We invite you to start today. Take time to notice the air inside and outside the building you are in or your home. Take a deep breath. Notice the scents in the air and how they may change day to day. Be curious about what affects the air. Consider what you may be doing that impacts the air quality around you. Do you have trees and plants around your home, in your neighborhood? What changes can you make to improve the quality of life around you? Don't wait for Earth Day in April of next year to do something for your community. Pick up and dispose any trash as you walk in your neighborhood or local park. And remember that all is God and all is life. What we do to and for our planet and life, we do to and for ourselves, both good and or the bad. Let us do that which is good, healing and wholesome for planet Earth, for all of life, for our human family, and ultimately for ourselves. And I'll leave you with these words from Michael Beckwith. Silently repeat to yourself, I forgive myself for any ways in which I knowingly or unknowingly caused hurt or harm to any living being or creature. I forgive all. And that leads us to our affirmation for the week. I am one with all of life on planet Earth. And so now it's our time of mindful giving and financial support of our spiritual home. We rely on your support to continue our center here in Puerto Vallarta so that we can continue offering this powerful teaching of the science of mind. And we bless the financial gifts that you give today. Every donation is appreciated, whether it's $5 or $50, or even just the cost of a cup of coffee. So donations can be made using PayPal by going to our website, which is www.cslpv.org. When you arrive on the landing page, you'll see a donate button. And when you click on it, it will direct you to your PayPal account where you can make your donation in whichever way you choose. If you still like to send paper checks, you can do so by addressing them to CSLPV, number 403, 2125 Birch Road, Kelowna, BC, V1Y8M1. And now, if you'd like to join me in our offertory affirmations. I know that my giving blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give and receive. I do give eternal thanks for the abundance that is mine to share. So thank you for coming and sharing this time with me today. If you would like to have a one-on-one connection for spiritual mind treatment to assist you in change or whatever it is that you're experiencing in life or want more of in your life, please connect with me. And if you would like to commit to being a member of the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta, or if you would like to be on our board of trustees, please contact us so that you can be sent the current forms. I'd also like to remind you to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and Facebook page. And if you're interested in learning more about the Science of Mind teaching, we will once again be offering the course, Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life, in late September or early October. So please check back on our website to find out the details. And let me know if there's another course or book study or even a workshop that you would like to engage in, and we can make sure that that happens. And let's continue practicing peace. We can each be a force for peace and nonviolence. Our words and our actions can create ripples of peace all around us and beyond. Peaceful living includes acting with compassion, kindness, and consideration. And it also includes standing up against injustice. May peace and love be with you. Namaste.